Just a short time ago, the Buccaneers emerging from their tunnel to the roar of this frenzied crowd here in the Sunshine State. And we're in the big ship, and fittingly, everyone here ready to do battle as Tampa Bay gets ready to match up with the Indianapolis Colts. Set to go, Younghoe Koo ready to do the honors. And off we go from Tampa. First down, Thibodeaux, and he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. Second down. But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
They'll look to throw here. Steps away to his left. Now he'll let it go on the run. Deep left side. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be third down.
I'm not sure it made a difference on that play, but one thing to keep in mind, here in the early part of the year during a day game, the sun does play a factor on deep balls.
An early tough test on the opening drive. This is 3rd and 8. They'll set up a throw. And he comes back with one complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Just the first quarter of a tackling going to be so important going forward. They've got to limit plays like that.
And that's something when you see it happen early in the game and they don't get him on the ground, you can always tell that they were concerned about it going in. Because I can just tell you from my days, I remember being in college and worrying all off-season about it.
All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked off by Caleb Farley. And the Colts are going to get the football here as they force the INT on the game's opening drive. Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10, just shy of midfield at the 49. Mon going to throw it. He'll fight his man, Laviska Shenault. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. Right after the turnover, they come out throwing.
And that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on defense. Sudden change, get out there, stop the offense. But you typically run out there a little bit unsettled. I think that's why he came right out throwing the football, hoping to catch him off balance.
And he did. Xavier Woods, the free safety, up to make the tackle. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Mond out of the shotgun. Connection made with Shenault. And inside the 20 before he's brought down.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. It's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice first down. Drive keeps moving.
They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down. He was out there waving his arms, and when you got a quarterback out of the pocket looking for any help, I guess waving the arms is helpful.
It certainly is, because you got to get his attention, because now you're in scramble drill. So everyone's adjusting their routes, finding open space, and he found the right spot for the completion.
On 2nd down now, it's Sanders. And they get to him quickly here as he stopped right around the 13. Just a gain of a yard there, and now it'll be 3rd down.
Whenever we talk about the best strong safeties, one word constantly comes up, and that's instincts. Being able to diagnose run or pass and make the appropriate moves.
He crashed down hard there. He was ready for that running play. Here's Mond. Dancing to his left. And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the first. He opted to go with a scramble, gets 2 yards, and now it's 4th. And now the Colts call on their field goal unit here. And his kick is good. Well, all offseason, probably a lot of thought goes into that first drive of week one. They didn't get the touchdown, but at least they got something.
And what I like about it is that they didn't overthink it, because you're exactly right. A lot goes in.
Oh, trying to gauge the sun, and he muffs it. And not a good return here at all, as they'll be forced to start at the 12-yard line. The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, only gave up 3 points off of that, so it shouldn't be a difficult hole to overcome.
It really shouldn't, as long as they're not listening to the chatter coming from the other side, because when you throw a pick, look, I know defensive backs, they have a tendency to be a little bit loud after they take one away, but they also have a tendency to gamble a little bit more, thinking they'll get a second one. Maybe they can take advantage of that with some double moves.
2nd and 10. He'll look to throw. Finding a safety valve here. That's complete. And he works it across the 25 before being tackled.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there, getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
As we often say, get it to him in space, let him use his leg.
Yeah, if he can get a matchup against a linebacker or maybe a defensive end dropping out in a zone blitz, he's going to win that battle just about every time.
7 yards, the pickup there. Working with a 2nd and 3. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football in that situation. That's almost a tendency breaker.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Looking to throw. He'll find Juju Smith-Schuster. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down.
They sure put the coverage guys in a stress on that one. They thought they were going deep. Ends up curling inside for a nice chunk of yardage.
They'll look to throw here on 1st down. That's going to be caught by Moss. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30.
He's certainly done a nice job spreading the field on this drive, and here he finds his big tight end for good yardage. And that's what you have to do. Keep defenses guessing about where you're going to go with the football.
On 1st down, Thibodeau, and just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. What that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this first quarter. And on 3rd and 5, this will be the 8th play of the drive. On play action, they'll throw. And he's caught on the sideline, but he's not going to have a 1st down. They say he was out of bounds, so a big call there that brings up 4th. And now the Tampa Bay field goal unit comes out here. It's a 39-yard attempt, right hash. And that is no good. No good. Wide to the left. And this score will stay right where it is. So an empty possession there. What do you think went wrong, Charles?
Well, it looked like maybe the plant leg might have given way just a little. And when that happens, guys have a tendency to pull through the ball to compensate. And in doing so, sent this one off target.
And he gets this up to the 34 out of bounds there. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4. Decided to hand it off that time on the run-pass option.
Appeared to be an easy decision. Just gave it inside. Nice steady gain.
The last run got 6. Now 2nd and 4. A give running left. It's Sanders. And he'll get this only up to about the 35.
Well, when you go from 2nd and 4 to 3rd and 3, that just tells you who won that battle on the last play, huh?
Yeah, first round went to the offense, second round the defense. 3rd down from the gun, it's Mond. And they will touch him down, but not before he gets the first.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
He'll get about 3 as he's brought down right around the 42.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he was trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
On 2nd and 7, Mond. That swung out wide to Sanders. They find some open field here. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. A big play there on the catch and run. The offense has to love that because that was just a dump down, and then he turned something out of seemingly nothing.
And the best quarterbacks understand that dumping it down is often a good play, a better play than even what was drawn up.
Mond to the air on 1st and 10. Buying time to his left. Give him a couple on the scramble. It's 2nd down.
Yeah, not much there that time, and I think we were both wondering once he got out of the box whether he just throw the ball away, and he winds up only picking up a yard or 2.
Ball at the 23, 2nd and 8. They'll try the left side. It's Sanders. Trying to bounce it outside, but he's only able to get it back to the line of scrimmage. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it. 7th play of the drive, forthcoming on 3rd and 8. Mond looks to throw. Got a man over the middle, and it's complete. And they work this near the 5. He'll be stopped at the 6.
Now, that was a fun one to watch right there. A nice in-breaking route and plenty of room in the middle of the field. And he was able to get behind the linebackers and grab the completion for a really good pickup.
And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. A pickup of 4 on 1st down. It'll be 2nd and goal. 2nd quarter, 2 minutes remain. 3-0 our score. They'll try to run with Sanders. And he gets halfway there, down to the 1-yard line. Calling a gain of a yard as they get a little bit closer here. It's 3rd and goal. Now the Bucs going to use the first of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside. They've been denied touchdowns in the red zone twice already. Here comes 3rd and goal. They'll try to run with Sanders, and he'll go backwards, losing yardage to the 5. The Bucs going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. So out comes a field goal team now for the 2nd time here today. From the right hash here, should be an easy one. And his kick is right there. It's good. So a long drive gets them down inside the 5, but ultimately they settle for just the field goal.
And I have to think that if maybe they were a yard closer, that would have made their decision tougher, and I think they likely would have gone for it. But in this situation, they just decided to take the 3, and I think it was a smart move. And
this will be a touchback, so they'll bring it out to the 25. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And they had compiled a pretty long drive last time. Unfortunately, though, it ended with no points after the missed field goal.
And that can hurt the psyche of a team because as they drove downfield, you know you're never supposed to count points in your mind until they go up on the board. Well, let's face it, we've been there. We've seen teams before. They were counting up.
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 39. And he will bring it back. An interception return for a Colts TD. Well, how about that? You use a high draft pick on this guy back in April, hoping he'll grow into a role as the season progresses. And now look at this, a pick 6 in his very first NFL game.
Sometimes the evaluation doesn't match what the kid brings to the table. He progressed quickly.
Koo able to connect on the extra point, and the lead now stands at 13. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And he will make it back to the 15, and that's it. Good coverage there by the kick team. The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. They find themselves down 13-0 here as they try to get things started offensively. 1st and 10.
14's the mic. 14's the mic. You're trash. You're trash.
After the pick 6, they go right back to the air. That's complete to Moss out of the backfield. The Bucs forced to use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play.
Mike 14, Mike 14. Defense wins championships, baby.
2nd and 1. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete.
It certainly didn't appear that that's where he wanted to go with the ball initially, so he tried to get something out of it by dumping it off to his running back unsuccessfully.
They tried the throw on 2nd down, unsuccessful. Now it's 3rd and 1. They'll drop to throw. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And he is going to have a Bucs 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. They'll look to throw again. And a big loss here as he's taken down. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack. Now this one from about 2 counties over after the sack. They come up on a 2nd and very long. Back to throw. Going up top. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off by Asante Samuel Jr. And the Colts will take over possession here up at the 44. So now it appears they're going to accept the penalty, which means take away the interception. Also means keep your defense on the field. Don't understand this one bit. So that changes things in a big way. Now from all the way down inside the 30, here's 1st and 10. He's going to take a shot for the end zone. And that is incomplete. So we've reached halftime here on opening weekend. As we toss it an hour or so east of here to Orlando, it's Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report.
It's a new season, so both of these coaching staffs likely making plenty of adjustments after their first half of football. So for the call of the second half here in week 1, we go back to Brandon and Charles.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. We'll see if week one fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. And they'll get him down right at the 25-yard line, so the same result, and he opted for the touchback. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. Second half will start with a run by Sanders. And they're able to get this one across the 35.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
On first down, here's Mond. That's going to be caught. It's Shenault. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a two-score lead in the third quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
And this nearly an interception, but it's incomplete. Well, a turnover really would have helped him there, but not to be. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Shotgun snap and then the give to Sanders. And he'll get 4 here down to the 35-yard line. They'll need to get it to the 30 for a first. This is 3rd down. Now Mond. He gets it to Thomas. And he is going to have a Colts first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Mond looks to throw on first down. There again is Thomas. They've gone to him a lot. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line.
I got kicked out of that one, partner. You and I talk often about trying to hide receivers in certain situations. But a guy of his size, can't really hide him. But the tight end drag route, definitely an effective way to sneak him across the formation for an easy completion and a first down.
It's a 6-yard pickup, but it gets him to 2nd and 4.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense gets a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. 2nd down, back to Sanders. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. Well, sometimes it's hard to take your eyes off this guy at the linebacker position. He can really cover some ground, and he did there to make that play. Now back to throw. And that is caught. Touchdown, Indianapolis. A great play there. There to make the grab. And the Colts are looking good here in the season opener as they're able to extend their lead. Eluding the pressure right. And he will get into the end zone to extend the lead by 2 more. And, of course, on the 2-point try, had the option to run or pass. They pass it there, and it works.
Felt pretty straightforward, didn't it? An open receiver, ball's put on him, 2 points for them.
Well, from deep in the end zone, he's going to bring this out. And they're going to start in a hole as he's brought down at the 11.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And their halftime hole now even deeper, and they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing and try and get back to where you were to start the half.
And the job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20.
Mike 14. Mike 14.
They'll try the left side. Thibodeau, and he'll get him a little bit of breathing room across the 5 to the 6-yard line. It's a gain of 5, but they're still deep in a hole. 15 yards still to go on 3rd down. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And they're going to drop him well shy of the 1st as he can only make it to the 11th. 5 yards, not enough, and it'll be 4th down. Here's Bradley Pinion now. And surprisingly, this is the first punt of the game for either team. We'll call that a punt of 54 yards. Well struck. And the Colts will go on offense here, 1st and 10. On the NFL scoreboard, 3rd quarter now from Jacksonville. And the Panthers have now taken the lead in that ball game. Remember to keep an eye on the ticker, of course, at the bottom of your screen for updates on that game and others around the NFL. They start on the ground here at Sanders. And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. He'll drop to throw. Flush to his right. Going down the middle, and it's complete. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45.
And while we may be looking at the scoreboard, this offense certainly is not, because they're showing no signs of backing down, even with a 3-score lead here in the 3rd quarter. I think they keep taking their shots. They've seen blown leads happen.
He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Michael Davis. And the Bucs will have the football as this is taken up past the 30. Well, still down quite a bit here, several scores, but yeah, at least that's a start, Charles, getting the interception here. And look, we're still in the 3rd quarter, so this thing not done yet.
You're right about that, Brandon. This defense, they haven't quit on this game. They stayed with it and got an interception and handed the ball back to their offense. And what you wonder about is a team that just threw that interception, they've got to be careful about developing a sense of complacency and thinking this game is over.
All right. Let's go, let's go. Hey, let's get this.
And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. On 1st down, he'll drop to throw. And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far. Monte Nicholson picks it. And the Colts are going to take possession here at their own 33. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Another solid game-changing play for this defense with the interception. At this point, though, I don't know that it's game-changing. I mean, they've got this one in firm control.
And you always hear about, you know, those stories about someone left their game plan behind and maybe you benefit from it. I'm not going to say that that happened, but they certainly have appeared on defense to be a step ahead this entire game. Guys are always in the right spot in order to make a play.
The offense has had its moments, too. Here's 2nd and 10. Bond going to throw it. The Sanders has got it complete. And he'll go out of bounds, it looks like, right at the 40. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3. Off the play fake, Mond. Escaping the pressure right. And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to.
That's an excellent job right there on 3rd down. Like any defense, you never want to let them get anything started, and that would have been a 1st down. Instead, you saw the contact on time, no penalty, and before this drive could get wings, it's 4th down.
The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. And whatever promise they showed in the preseason has not translated into week 1, because they have not been particularly competitive here at home, no less. So these fans just... And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by J.C. Horn. And his guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line. On 1st and 10, here's Mond. Going right side here, and that's complete. And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line.
When you have someone throwing it that well, that confidently, you don't have to call the game in fear at all, do you? You just go ahead and play.
Yep, confidence with a lead to throw it here in the 4th, and boom, he's on the money.
Yeah, you don't have to tuck your head in and go like turtle at this point. You can just go ahead and play.
Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. The incompletion there stops the clock. Any surprise they're throwing here late?
Ordinarily, yes, because you would think enough is enough. They've got plenty of lead, but I've seen this a bunch of times as well. The defense is going to crowd the line of scrimmage. If you just hand it off inside, you're getting your running back popped a lot as well. Sometimes the defense dictates it. If they're going to crowd it, you may have no other choice but to throw it downfield.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. They'll try the left side. Sanders. And he'll be out of bounds. 50 yards on the ground for him now as he's done that on 15 carries.
Something to watch here in week 1 of the season, tackling. Because you and I both know that in the preseason, a lot of these guys don't play a whole lot. Plus the intensity and the speed really ratchets up on opening week.
Sanders is going to take this one in for a Colts touchdown. So they brought the extra bulk in down on the 1-yard line, and they're able to push this one across.
Yeah, I can just see your face right now because I know we're mind melding on this one. Coach Madden would love this. Power football, hat on a hat, chest to chest, driving forward, touchdown.
Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. A lane opens here. He's past the 30. And they got to be pleased with this. He brings it all the way up to the 40-yard line.
Even after that big-time return, it's not looking great for them today. But if nothing else, even if the miracle doesn't happen, they can turn to this play and say, hey, we can move forward. Maybe it's a building block for the rest of the season.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points. And, okay, all right, I'm being facetious here. But you get points. You feel a little bit better about yourself as you move on to the next one.
Back to throw now on 1st down. Flushed out right. He'll get 10 there all on his own, but it'll be 2nd down.
Well, he did a nice job keeping his eyes downfield, waiting for someone to get open. But once the pressure forced his eyes down to see the rush, it was time to make a break for it.
Now a give right side. Thibodeaux. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line.
Now that's the way to do it. Hand it to someone with vision and good footwork, and add in a little bit of power, and you find a way to pick up 1st downs.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Caleb Farley. And the Colts are going to get the football here as he gets this up to the 38-yard line. And you have to wonder, Charles, a game like this, 5 interceptions, what does this do to the psyche of a young quarterback?
Well, based on the fact that he's still out there and he threw a 5th interception, I'm wondering if his head coach believes that he's really strong mentally and wants him to play through.
There he goes right side. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly. Koo now for the point after. Now this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. And we'll see a return here from the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you...
And now here is another interception. Picked off by Asante Samuel Jr. And a huge return as he'll take this one all the way down inside the 30-yard line. Here's Mon. Got a man over the middle, and it's complete.
Good job, yo.
And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. He'll look to throw. And he's going to be taken down, sacked back around the 18-yard line. The sack sets him back a full 10 yards there on 1st and goal. So the Colts in possession of the football as we get you reset. They've got a 2nd and goal now as they look to add a few more points here onto their total. Now a 2nd down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete.
So many times when we talk about coverage, we're just about a defender running with a receiver, but a big part of it is understanding where the football is, finding it. In this case, when it arrived, it wasn't a surprise, and he was able to bat it away.
3rd and goal as they look to pour some more salt in the wound. Mon now off of play action. Being chased out left. And it'll be intercepted. Picked up by Jesse Bates. And the Buccaneers are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line. They'll run on 1st down. Thibodeau, and he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Yeah, another negative play in an early down situation. This one to start the drive. You're putting a lot of pressure on your quarterback to bail you out when you're in 2nd and long yardage.
They'll keep it on the ground. Thibodeau, and he'll be taken down at the 20 after a gain of just 1. Seems pretty obvious defensively a key was stopping the run game. How have they done it so successfully?
To me, it seems that these guys really did a nice job of paying attention during the scouting report meeting. And you know, Brandon, when they do those, they talk about the top plays that these guys like to run. The best runs for the top running back, those are the ones you focus on and want to take away. And they've done that pretty successfully in this game.
Now the Bucs going to use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just over a minute to go in the game. They'll look to throw now on 1st down. He's going to let it fly. This is caught inside the 15. The Bucs going to go ahead and use the 2nd of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 55 seconds remaining in the football game. They'll look to throw to the end zone, but it's incomplete.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
Another shot from the 9 on 2nd and goal. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Forced out to his left. And he's going to go out of bounds here back behind the line of scrimmage. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down.
Now, I know it's only a loss of a couple of yards, but when you get near the sidelines, just flip the ball out of bounds, incomplete, and save the yardage. Save the yards, not your stats.
They'll look to throw on 3rd and goal. Oh, had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going.
Well, we've talked about it, CD, but it bears repeating. They are struggling to throw the football. All the interceptions and more incompletions. It just doesn't look like things are in sync out there.
I would agree with that, and it's not a good day when you feel like an incomplete pass is almost a win for you because it wasn't intercepted. And I think the receivers now, when they're running their routes, they want to catch the ball, but they also want to make sure that the defenders don't take it away.
14's the mic. 14's the mic. Switch.
Got to try it here. He's back to throw. And this is caught. Well, they get one back. Picking up the late touchdown here, but still down big. There you go, Charles. His first touchdown pass of the new season.
And he had a strong rookie year. So much more expected of him this one, as you might imagine. He threw that one with confidence and assuredness.
And I noticed that the celebration. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Asante Samuel Jr. He's at the 50, the 30, 10. And he takes it all the way back. It's a pick two, if you will, as that play backfires in a big way. So it would no doubt be a miracle comeback from here, but let's see what they can do starting with the onside kick. And following the touchdown now, it's Bradley Pinion on to kick this one away. Now to return it, here's Kenyon Drake. And he'll be stopped up at the 25. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And this has been quite a performance to kick off the new year on the road, no less, as they try to finish things off here in the fourth quarter. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And he's going to be intercepted a third time. Picked off by Bryce Hall. And the Bucs are going to get it back here just shy of the 20. Well, they're not making it easy on themselves here down the stretch. 2 picks now in the fourth quarter, trying to hang on to that lead.
Talk about keeping someone in the game. Instead of being able to shut the door, it's still cracked open because they can come back on you now. The only people are really happy about those picks.
And now here is another interception. Monte Nicholson picks it. A young quarterback, Charles, rolling to his right. And I know he's right-handed, but is that one that maybe a veteran sticks in his pocket?
I think so, but you have to remember with young quarterbacks, it may take a few years before they get all the stuff out of them that they did earlier in their career or even in their college days when they were used to being dominant. In this case, the NFL veteran defense ended up winning the battle.
And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. He was unable to shake free there, and they'll cover him for a loss of a yard. So this one winds up an Indianapolis victory, and they were buoyed, Charles, by a big second half that put this one on ice.
So you get the sense that whatever was said at halftime obviously hit home. I think it's a little bit more than that, though. Obviously, there are words that are said, and, hey, come on, guys, we have to play better. But sometimes it's just sharpening your execution, sharpening your focus, and maybe doing the things you practiced all week without major adjustments, just doing them better, and that got it done in this one.
So for the Colts, it's a fantastic start as they roll to a blowout victory here in the season opener. And they'll get another road test next week as they head to Jacksonville to take on the Jaguars. Meanwhile, for Tampa Bay, they go down to defeat here in the opener. And they'll be back home next week as they're set to take on the Carolina Panthers.